Hello everyone, this is Maureen and welcome to my crochet story where I share with you two things that I love, teaching and crochet. Today it's all about Amigurumi Wednesday, and yes, I am a day late, but I tell you what, I had to do some adulting yesterday and it got right in the middle of everything I wanted to do. So it caused me to be just a little late with Bobo the panda here. So before I get into the details of him, let me say thank you to all of you that are here. I greatly appreciate your time because I know your time is just as precious as mine. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I hope that you like what you see in this little video. If you do, I encourage you to go look at all the other content that I have uploaded. And if you like what you see, hit that little subscribe button down there in the corner, and then look for the bell that's got those little hugs on the side, and it'll let you know every time I upload some content. So this is one of my little makes back in February when I just kind of overcrowded myself with too many things to do that month. So if you remember last month, Leslie of the Corn was in charge of our amigurumi wars for 2023. And she made a challenge for all of us to finish our amigurumis that we had started, but for whatever reason, they kind of got tucked off to the side. Well, I did get one finished and showed her last month, and that was Pug, the little puppy. And in case you didn't see him, there's a video for him over in my amigurumi playlist. But and this little panda was another one that I got started, but I didn't get finished. Now he is from the designer DIY Fluffies, and I will leave a link to her Etsy shop for you so that you can go and look and see, because she's got some really, really cute little amigurumis. Now a lot of them are like Pug and Bobo here, where they have a large head but a little bitty body, or what I consider a little bitty body for such a big head. Now, I really enjoyed doing him, and quite frankly, he was a quick make on the head and a quick make on the body. But what took the most time really was I had to do each individual little toe, so there's 12 toes between the 4 feet. And then each little toe had to have its own little pad. So that's another 12 that I had to do. And then each, the ball of the feet had to have their own pads. Well, that was 4. Plus, he had this little tiny fluffy tail here in the back. I mean, pandas don't really have a tail. They just kind of got a little fluff back here. So it's the little pieces, especially on the feet, that took the most time to put together. I mean, honestly, these bigger balls that you make, I mean, yes, it takes time to make them, but not near as much as this little bitty stuff. And then sewing it on little bitty onto little bitty and then onto big, yeah. Another thing I was telling somebody, note to self, if I make another panda, which I'm sure I will, what I did, which was a big mistake on my part, when I started making the feet, I said, well, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and make all the legs, which I did. Then I made all of the toes. Then I made all the little pads, and I made the bigger pads. So I sewed the feet, put the feet all together, each one individually. And then I started sewing the legs on. Now, Maureen's still new at this amigurumi stuff, alright? But I did figure out that it's a lot easier, or hopefully it's easier, if you put the bottom legs on before you put the top legs on, because what I did was I put the top legs on and then the bottom legs. That was a struggle, let me tell you. So, note to self and note to anybody else out there doing amigurumis, especially if you're like me and it's kind of your first time, you're still feeling your way through everything. Because not all designers will tell you when to put things in. Now, this wasn't a hard pattern. I don't even think she classified it as an intermediate pattern. She might have. I mean, I don't know. But I do know that for myself, I'm making myself little notes, folks. I'm not kidding you, along the way, that whatever I did, and I don't want to do it again, don't do this again. Or I think if I do it this way, I won't have near as much trouble. But we'll just have to wait and see. You know what I mean? So there he is. Now, I really had hoped before today that I could make a little amigurumi friend out of my minis book that I showed you a few days ago or last week. That didn't happen. But maybe I can get a few of them made to show you on Sunday. But no promises, because I still have quite a few things I need to get wrapped up this week. And, yeah. So, and no telling how much more adulting I got to do that's going to slow up my schedule. You know what I mean? So there he is. He's all finished and ready to go to his new home. So I hope you enjoy him. I think he's cute. Really, really do. He was a lot of fun to make. I am glad to have him, checked off my list of unfinished projects because now he is a finished project. So until next time, Bobo and I remind you, be the light out there in the darkness for someone today, because you never know. Could be your light that they need to see. As always, I love you guys. Bye.